Now, most people think when they've been dieting for too long that their metabolism does this, and this is why they can no longer lose any more weight. And what they actually need to start doing is eating more once again, so their metabolism can increase, and then they'll then be able to start losing more fat. Now, if you generally believe that your metabolism is broken and that you need to eat more in order to lose weight, then you're going to want to watch this video to understand exactly how this works and how you can break your current weight loss plateau. Now, we're going to cover 5 things here today for you to understand more about your metabolism and what actually happens when you lose weight, and ultimately what you can do about it to break a plateau. Now, firstly, before we get into this, if you're new here, my name is Jacob, and over the last 10 years, I've worked with over 1,000 clients, helping them get in the best shape of their life. I'm a dad myself, and everything that I share inside this channel is things that I've been putting into practice inside my own fitness journey, as well as what I do with my clients on a daily basis. Now, let's get straight into this. The first thing that you need to consider is a metabolic adaptation. As you start to weigh less, simply enough, your body requires less calories than it did previously. Right now, I'm about 90 kilograms. If I drop down to 80 kilograms, I have dropped 10 kilos of weight. Therefore, me physically walking requires less energy for me to complete the exact same activities. On a day-to-day basis, my body just needs less calories because I weigh less. And this is predominantly why a metabolic adaptation occurs. Now, every few kilograms is going to be minimal, but if you've lost several kilograms, the metabolic adaptation could be larger, and for you to continue to see weight loss, you're going to potentially need to adjust your calories. The next thing then is movement. As I said, when you lose more weight, completing the same activities compared to previously, you now burn less calories because you weigh less. Also, your fitness levels improve and your body gets more efficient at doing the exact same thing. So if you used to do 10,000 steps and you were hitting a certain amount of calories, let's say 2,000 a day, and you were seeing progress and you've now lost several kilograms, there is a good chance that this is either going to need to increase or this needs to slightly decrease, or a little bit of both for you to continue to see movement. The next thing then that we're obviously battling against is your appetite. The longer you're in a calorie deficit for, even if you're focusing on food quality and general healthy habits like improving your sleep and managing your stress, over a period of time, you are still going to see your appetite increase. Inevitably, the longer you're in this calorie deficit for, the more your appetite hormones start to rise. So it's a little bit of a double-headed sword. You're fighting against a reduction in your metabolism because you now weigh less. You're also fighting against your body getting more efficient because you're becoming fitter and also weighing less, therefore burn less, doing the same things that you used to. But you need to reduce your calories further potentially, but you're also now more hungry than you used to be. This is why, in full transparency, getting light and getting very lean is not easy. The next thing then is Firmic effect of food. If your quality of your diet is differing a little bit and or you're eating less, then your metabolism is running a little bit slower because you literally burn calories by eating food. So this is something to consider as well, and this is why you want to try and keep your diet as high protein as possible as you're getting leaner, because this leads me into my last point, overall performance. If your performance is consistently reducing, there is a good chance you'll be losing a bit of muscle while losing fat. The scales might start dropping a little bit faster, but not necessarily for the reasons that you want. Of course, you want to maintain as much muscle as possible as losing fat, as muscle is a little bit more metabolic, but it will also allow you to hold a slightly heavier weight as you get leaner. And of course, going back to my first point up here, the heavier you are, while still looking and feeling how you want to feel, the easier it is for you to maintain your results long term, and the higher your maintenance calories will be. For example, for a guy, I'm only about 5'9", 5'10", and I weigh 90 kilos, probably quite heavy based on my height. But I've been weight training now for about 15 years, and I generally feel quite good about the way I look. I don't feel like I need to lose any weight as such, but if I hadn't been weight training, I may need to be around 75 or 80 kilos max, meaning I could have to be at least 10 or 15 kilos lighter than I am at the moment, meaning that my metabolic rate would be generally quite a bit lower because I weigh less. And same again, I would expend less doing movement, and as a whole, I'll probably find it harder to manage my appetite because I'm going to have to eat less, etc., etc. So really, in a nutshell here, if you are looking at losing more body fat and things have plateaued, you need to go from the top down. My first suggestion would be is to get accurate and clear with what you're consuming. And if you know you're hitting a certain amount every single day and things are no longer budging compared to what they used to be, and you have dropped a good 10, 15 kilos plus, then I would adjust this by at least 10 to 15%. So if you're hitting 2,000 calories a day, bring it down by an additional 200 to 300. You shouldn't notice it too much, but you might a bit, but inevitably that's what's required to get some movement. And if you can, increase this by 10 or 15% as well. So if you're doing 10,000 steps a day, potentially bring it up to somewhere around 12 or 13. So you're now going to burn a few extra 100 calories from your steps and a few additional 100 calories from the adjustment of food. That should be enough to get things moving. Then when it comes to appetite management, you just need to be really smart about how to actually put your meals together to not notice that you've actually made too much of a reduction. Now, I have done other videos on this about how to maximize your appetite and food choices to make it easier to adhere to a diet. But in a nutshell, you want to be thinking about fiber, protein, fat in particular, so satiety hormones are not too high. And then also as well, just general food volume on the plate. Now, if you want to watch that video, you can go and watch that one because that goes into it in a lot more detail. The next one then is obviously Firmic effective foods. This has a slight advantage, nothing crazy, but generally speaking, just focus on a high protein diet, in particular as you are getting leaner because you are more receptive to a higher appetite and more chance of losing muscle. And lastly, do focus on performance. Don't worry about the scale weight alone. Make sure that as you are noticing your waistline coming in and you're getting leaner and you are dropping a bit of weight, that you are consistently getting stronger, because this really is the long-term goal. So now hopefully you found that helpful and got some value from that. I'm putting out content on this YouTube channel now every single week to help you with your fitness goals and giving you the same information of what my clients are paid for. So firstly, like and subscribe to the channel because you've got a lot more content like this coming your way to help you get in shape. And lastly, if you are looking for some support and to achieve some of the results that you can see on screen right now, then tap on the link in the description of this video and answer a few quick questions about your goals, and I'll be in touch to explain in more detail about how I can help and how the program works. I'll see you in the next video.